Peace and blessings, family. I'm your brother in the struggle, Alif. And today, I would like to speak about the swine is not divine, nor is it boss with hot sauce. You notice that all spiritual systems prohibit the eating of the grafted swine. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the swine, the Arabic name is Kainza. Kain means I see and Zera means foul. This foul grafted creature, like other grafted creatures and other scavengers on the earth, it was made to serve a purpose. But we often think that we could eat anything that grows out of the earth. You know, I recently had a brother ask me about some mushrooms, you know what I mean? And the message teaches us actions are judged by intentions, but we don't commit acts of violence on ourselves nor others, unless it's in self-defense. And there are mushrooms that if you eat them, you'll get high in 1 minute. And there are mushrooms that if you eat them, it'll kill you in 1 minute. It's a fungus. It grows out of dead, rotten things. We don't do that, you know what I mean? So a lot of people do a lot of things. A lot of people eat pork, you know what I mean? A lot of people love barbecue, ribs, and all that kind of stuff. As a child, I used to eat pork, you know what I mean? You know, my mother ate pork, but I always was a finicky eater, so I never tasted like pig feet. I never tasted chitlins, but I tore pork up. I used to eat the worst parts of pigs like anybody else in the dead world. I ate the scrapple, bacon, sausage, pork chops, ham. You know what I mean? My grandmother used to make the Christmas hams and all that stuff with the cherries and the pineapples. You know what I mean? And that stuff tastes good to me. I mean, but then when I start getting knowledge of self, we know better, we strive to do better. You know what I mean? Then there was a big hoopla about the chemical ingredients of pork, you know what I mean? And during my math, you know, I see it was extremism on both sides. I'm not an extremist. I always try to reach that mayat, that balance, what we call freedom, justice, and equality. That's all balance on mayat really is. You know what I mean? The truth, the peace, the inner peace. We pray within, we work without. Make things happen by answering our own prayers. The Bible in the book of Leviticus chapter 11 teaches us that the swine, though it divides the hoof, it is unclean to you. Of their flesh you should not eat, and of their carcass you should not touch. I mean, don't even touch that filthy swine. You know what I mean? It's just a mass of worms, 99.99% poisonous. You know what I mean? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the swine was grafted from the rat, cat, and dog. A lot of people laughed at him, was like, oh, that's some religious mumbo jumbo and pseudoscience and all that. I got an extremely scientific 250-page book that I wrote about 30 years ago called The Angel's Diet. In the book of Psalms, it teaches that people are going to eat angels' food. You know what I mean? And basically, in the book, there's a chapter about the swine. I give you the pictures, the math, the charts, the scriptures, the Quran, the Arabic, the Hebrew, the whole mathematics. You know what I mean? But in brief, that pig, the messenger said, is grafted from the rat, cat, and dog. I show you a picture of a Mexican hairless dog. You know what I mean? I show you the mathematics of the aardvark. You know what I mean? You know, and how, you know, these animals, rat, cats, and dogs, have worms. Now, I mean, we call them brown worms, hookworms, and tapeworms. But fused or mutated, it's a trichina worm. Tri means three. China means Orient or Eastern. 3 easterly worms were fused for the devil 6,000 years ago to clean up that filth in the Caucasus Mountains. Caucasus means dead. We were the Asians. Asians mean world. We were Asiatics. Atik or Ati means tribe or member or citizen. We were Asiatics or world citizens. We still are world citizens if you think about it. Now, I mean, a lot of people look at Mother Africa and there's extremism there too on both sides, you know what I mean? But the reality, and you check it out yourself, the reality is this. In the 1800s, Africa became a continent. Africa and the Suez Canal and Asia Minor was one piece of land. So the Red Sea separating that, when they say symbolically in the scriptures that Moses went across the Red Sea, you know what I mean? You know, it's the same land, it's the same people. It's the original people, black people. I mean, we're all over. We're Aboriginals in Mexico, black people over there. In Ireland, we got black people everywhere. I mean, you know, and that rat, cat, and dog is a deadly worm that can give you the disease called trichinosis. So you want to get that swine that you think is divine, and it is not boss with the hot sauce. Get that crap off your plate so that you can eat to live. You'll feel better, you'll think better, you'll look better, you'll be better, you'll live longer. Now, I mean, you know, so you want to strive to eat to live. Peace and blessings, family. I'm your brother in the struggle. I'll leave.